This video is going to be wonderful. We're going to look at the Sermon on the Mount. And it's been a tough road for me. And you can go through so many different paths, but whatever works for you is whatever works for you. And reading this is what's working for me. So, what we're going to do is pretty much not interpret, but read and feel the heart and see what comes to us. Chapter 5. When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up to the mountain and he sat down. His disciples drew near to him. And he opened his mouth and taught them. And he said, Blessed are the poor in pride, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they shall be well satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for to them shall be mercy. Blessed are those who are pure in their hearts, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for the sake of justice, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they reproach you and persecute you, and speak against you every kind of bad word falsely for my sake. Then be glad and rejoice, for your reward is increased in heaven. For in this very manner they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Now, before we go on, it's screaming at us that life isn't the way that you've been taught, right? Isn't that what it's screaming at you? Blessed are the poor in pride. But our world encourages pride, or it tends to, at least. See, I feel the truth is that pride is a very weak emanation, and for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You don't need to have pride when you understand that the kingdom is within you, that you are supported, that you are the peacemaker, the creator. Now, it's not that simple, but reading these words helps to create that state of awareness, or in other words, Christ consciousness. Now, when we look at the mourning, those who feel, those who grieve, that's how you are comforted. You understand that your human is suffering, that your mind gets attached, that your emotions are sometimes irrational, and you mourn, and you will be comforted. You surrender, and you will be supported and strengthened. Now, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. The meek, what does it mean to be meek? To be lowly, to be without pride, right? It means you see that this isn't about you. And man, we want it to be about us. We really do. It's so hard. For me, I have this care. I feel like I'm meant to be a father and raise a family, and I just got broken up with, and it feels so hard, like my entire worldview has crumbled. Yet, where do I go? What do I run to? I run to the things which I know to be true. And although it's been hard and treacherous, my spirit's been lightened, my heart has been cleansed, and, as within, as without, as above, as below. You have to feel the below to transcend the below. And man, is it not easy. It is not always easy, and that's why we must be filled with everything which Christ speaks of. Now, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they shall be well satisfied. What is justice? Justice is in correlation to the compass on your heart. Every human knows right and wrong. Every human knows right and wrong. But what we do is we sin. We fall into temptation. We do actions which lower us, or in other words, clog or fog our state of being. In other words, we insert the speck into our own eye. And without clarity, there cannot be any transcendence. Without sight and hearing, you will not be able to alchemize the darkness and let it exit your vessel or temple. Now, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. peacemakers, peacemakers within. It's as within and then outside. So when you create peace and you learn and you work to change your vibration, to alter your homeostasis, to renew your heart and to be reborn, then the frequency in which your heart and your being sends out changes in vibration. And new vibrations create new worlds. And that's what we're doing right now. We're building a new world together as humanity. And blessed are those who are persecuted for the sake of justice, for theirs is in the kingdom of heaven. I feel like I already went over that. So let's keep going. Then be glad and rejoice, for your reward is increased in heaven. For in this very manner they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are indeed the salt of the earth. But if the salt should lose its savor, with what could it be salted? It would not be worth anything, but to be thrown outside and to be trodden down by men. So if you're the salt, and the salt should lose its savor, with what could it be salted? That means to me, if you're a human and you lose your spirit, your child, your light, what are you doing here? Like, what's going on? And although I say that, sometimes in life you may have to go to hell to bounce off the bottom of hell and start walking the right path. Sometimes that's how it works. Sometimes you have to be cast down low to start to change. And have that gratitude for the journey. See what it's taught you. Because there's no other way. Well, there are other ways to learn, but man, if you do get cast down, trust that Christ is with you, that the truth is with you, that you were meant to get cast down so that you could now see what you see. So, you are indeed the light of the world. A city that is built upon a mountain cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lamp holder, so it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light thus shine before men, so that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Do not expect that I have come to weaken the law or the prophets. I have not come to weaken, but to fulfill. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not even one yoke or a dash shall pass away from the law, until all of it is fulfilled. Now this, I'm not too sure where to start, but when you look at being the light, you are indeed the light of the world. Christ says that. Who's he talking to? He's talking to you. You are indeed the light of the world. A city that is built upon a mountain cannot be hidden. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lamp holder, so it gives light to all who are in the house. If you are the light of the world, it's your duty and responsibility to share that with others. And as you transcend darkness, there's almost nothing more meaningful in life than being that. And again, the circumstance, the situation, the relationships, you're all going to have to learn to let that be. Because you will, if you live in alignment, then your fruit will bear good fruit. Or your tree, you being the tree, you will have a great harvest. And sometimes, right before you're being propelled for that great harvest, you're going to have to go through being cast down. Just usually right around that bend of things really coming together for you, you will have some temptation. You will have some pitfalls, some traps, some treachery. And do not fear. Maintain courage, because this is a tribulation that is just propelling you forward. It's divine redirection, right? If you are ever facing rejection in life, understand that rejection is simply redirection. Then go move and keep moving and keep reflecting and do everything you can do to let your heart see how you're organically meant to change. It's all natural. It is not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. If life was just, fairy tales, cupcakes, sugar all the time, we would just be useless, disconnected, and not alive. You ever seen the movie Wall-E where everyone's in the wheelchairs? Like, that's not where humanity's going. So, let's see, where were we at? Uh, Do not expect that I have come to weaken the law or the prophets. I have not come to weaken, but to fulfill. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not... Okay, we read that. Oh, we'll keep, kid. We'll keep going. Until heaven and earth pass away, not even one jot or a dash shall pass away from the law until all of it is fulfilled. Whoever therefore tries to weaken even one of these smallest commandments, and teaches men so, he shall be regarded as small in the kingdom of heaven. But anyone who observes and teaches them, he shall be regarded as great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you, that unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, I stink at saying the Pharisees, man, forgive me. You shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said to those who were before you, you shall not kill, and whoever kills is guilty before the court. But I say to you, that whoever becomes angry with his brother for no reason is guilty before the court. And whoever should say to his brother Raka, which means I spit on you, is guilty before the congregation. And whoever says to his brother, you are a nursemaid, is condemned to hellfire. Basically, if we start from the end there, where I left off, we're looking at this really, the world is not as it is, the world is as you are. Meaning that if you are to be angry with a brother for no reason, then you are bringing that anger upon yourself, meaning hell and fire. If you are to spit or insult, call a nursemaid, call a brother a nursemaid, or to say rock and spit, you again are bringing that upon yourself. The world does really work like a mirror. And as we wake up to that, you can see the truth. See that it really is our responsibility to notice what we're putting out into the world. And again, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you have to suffer and feel what you're putting out into the world to change. Sometimes you don't know what you're putting out into the world until you feel it or until it gets sent back to you in some way, in some form. And ultimately, you do need to be gentle with yourself and have that compassion and pray and put the right things in your mind and place your attention on the right things which strengthen you and instill courage in you and help you see clearly, help you to forgive yourself, to self-reflect, and to notice the speck in your eye if there may ever be one. Now, I think we'll end off there because I don't want to make it run too long. But ultimately, what I'm doing is I'm just going through this. It's the Modern New Testament from Aramaic by Dr. George M. Lamza. Basically, Alan Watts said that this was his favorite Bible, and I also got a specific Bhagavad Gita from what Alan Watts recommended. Ultimately, this isn't about saying this book or that book. It's about the words of truth. And reading those words right there, if you truly read them and you listen and you just take time to sit and place as much as your attention possible on the words, then you will feel the impact of what directing your energy in that manner does to you. So thank you so much for listening. If this has been helpful, just share it with a friend. And I wrote a book. You can find that in any of my bios. It's on the fitness topic, basically an entire decade of fitness experience and 10,000 hours plus working out, just distilled into the simplest fundamental structures, which will allow you to get to where I'm at in as fast as a time possible and just to make it as easy as possible for you. So appreciate you for listening.